This video is for all beings because all beings have both masculine and feminine energy. When these energies are expressed in their most divine and highest form, they are able to empower the way you express yourself, allowing you to show up in the world as a more confident you. This video is good for anyone who is looking to explore the fluidity of their nature and expand the conceptual archetypes of how feminine energy is allowed to move through your being. When you tap into your divine feminine power, you are not only healing your subconscious mind and subconscious projection, but you are also able to connect to a higher aspect of who you are. These 7 aspects of divine feminine energy that we're going to dive deeper into today are intuition, attraction, nurturance, receptivity, emotional intelligence, bounty, and weakness. The latter may seem counterintuitive when it comes to divine feminine power. However, as we journey through the goddess, we will be shown that weakness is a way that we are able to soften more deeply into this divine feminine energy. Before we do start our journey through the goddesses, like this video, let us know your thoughts in the comments section below, and subscribe so you get access to more content like this. Now, in order to tap more deeply into our intuition, we have shuffled a few cards, and what came out was White She Buffalo. She represents the 4 of Wands, and through this card, I understood that there was a message to begin to practice this trustful union that you were able to form with this unknown force. That being the guidance of the universe, right? You can strengthen your belief in this universal force by practicing perhaps your intuition on others. Let's say a coworker comes to you with a specific issue that needs help in being resolved. It is in that moment you can ask your higher mind, speak to your inner self, quiet your mind, and give that coworker the advice you think they should hear, rather than perhaps what you feel they need to hear from you, right? In that moment, you can practice your intuition when a friend comes to you for advice, a loved one, etc. There's a message here that I was getting specifically through the totem poles in the background of this native plane, to connect to your spirit guides and ask them when you yourself need assistance in connecting to a higher power. The thing about spirit guides is, though, that they can only assist you if you ask for help. And they will never show up if you don't even know they exist. So I would highly suggest you watch the spirit guides video to gain more guidance about how to connect to your spirit guides. You can also connect to totem animals, right? Which are symbolic representations of the animal kingdom. Finding your totem animal, the physical representation in animal form of your spirit, in order to tap into your divine feminine power. This could help you to identify the way your feminine energy expresses itself. I also got in this card the importance of ritual dress in your being able to connect to spirit and, channel her guidance, her wisdom. And then of course it is encouraged to work with the White She Buffalo in ceremonial practice if called. Okay, she is an air fairy. Okay, she's a sky goddess. She appeared to native tribes on a white cloud to help them restore balance to their village and bestow abundance so the people could experience harvest once more. Feathers are of great significance as well. Now, in order to strengthen your attraction, your beautification, right, of who you are, this is a divine aspect of the goddess, right? The ability to create beauty, to partake in the pleasure of experiencing beauty and making things beautiful. This is an aspect of feminine energy that often gets shoved aside as if it doesn't mean anything. However, it has a level of importance. We all seek to experience beauty in one form or another. We all desire to be desired. When it comes to attraction in the metaphysical sense, this is also a way that we can deepen into a feminine energy, because it is a way that we are able to allow, right? Rather than pushing forward and attaining, we are sitting back and receiving. This is feminine energy. And the goddess that we have pulled to strengthen this divine feminine aspect of her power is the King of Pentacles, Lakshmi. Her message is that it is through the maintenance, actually, of your spiritual connection, of the god and the goddess that exists within you, that riches of abundance will be bestowed, as Lakshmi represents material and spiritual abundance, as well as the joy, success, and feeling of abundance that arises when we are one. The message I received was, as within, so without, that when your inner being is full of grace and a love that is pure in the way that you express yourself and show up for others and treat others and walk through life, it is in this feeling state that all that is meant for you will naturally be attracted to you. This is a result also of living a purposeful existence, when we are tapped into the calling that has been placed upon our soul, right? And we are on mission and in alignment with who we truly are. The King of Pentacles is also a message to give as much as you receive, as abundance that is bestowed upon you stifles when it is hoarded. This is a sign that you believe that resources are limited, right? That there's not enough for both you and another. It creates somewhat of a block for more to come to you. When we practice giving, that energy will return back to you, right? As money is a cyclical exchange. You can connect with Goddess Lakshmi in order to empower your spiritual and material feelings of wealth and abundance. Now, in order to empower the third aspect of divine feminine power, Nurturance, we pulled yet another card. This time, the Five of Wands, and representing this energy, Pele, who is a Hawaiian volcanic goddess. The message here is that to honor Earth in all its glory, not just the serene vistas of plains of the Americas, right, as represented in the Four of Wands pulled previously, but also her destructive forces. This polarity is a journey many walk through on their path toward healing. There are, of course, moments, days where we feel high vibrational, and there are days where it feels like the world is crashing and burning, and where our emotions get the best of us and it's harder to cope. Pain of past hurts may come back around, right, wanting to be released. That much more, a deeper awareness of them is wanting to make itself aware and to nurture your feelings as they bubble up from within you and burst forth like magma from the inner core of your being. There is perhaps not amidst all of the destruction, but eventually lava will cool into stone. The message from Goddess Pele is walk through flames, rise from the ashes. And as we learn to nurture ourselves, we deepen this ability to do so for others. The fourth principle, receptivity, helping us to gain a better understanding of how to strengthen this aspect of divine feminine power, is Queen of Cups, Yemaya, who is a Yoruban goddess of the oceans. The goddess is requiring of you to maintain balance as you strengthen your psychic abilities. There are many planes of existence and realms of consciousness to explore, but now is the time to dive deeper into your awareness. Your awareness is strengthened by your ability to remain still, as is your ability to receive love, to receive abundance, and whatever else it is that you seek. This awareness will cause you to experience the vastness of each and every polarity of that which you yearn for. It is in the experience of wanting that we recognize our lack. We can only expand as far as our perception goes. So the message here from Yemaya as well, to strengthen your ability to be receptive to energy, is to first focus on expanding beyond your limitations. Yemaya can also aid in healing your feminine energy and tapping into your divine feminine power. Now, in order to deepen into our emotional intelligence and capability, we have pulled the 5th card, that being the Knight of Pentacles, who is represented in the Irish goddess, Ain. This card was very interesting for me to pull, as pentacles in the tarot represent the earth, right? Security, stability, material goods, and the earthly realm. When it comes to our emotions, this is very interesting, as the emotions typically are of a nature that transcends the material world. They're of the mind and beyond, although we do experience them in the body. The message that I received from this card was that it is by staying true to your sensitivity and your heart, which yearns to feel deeply and connect with those around you on an emotional level, that you will reach the bounty that you set out to attain. So often when we are focused on attracting our desires, a measure of that success is oftentimes seen as being of the material world and tangible items. However, a measure of wealth can also be represented by the people around you who love and support you and care about you, who you can trust and who you know you can rely on to be there for you in your times of need. I also feel guided to share that for some, fear and anxiety can arise when you raise your consciousness as you come into contact with the energies and thought forms of others. It can be overwhelming. You feel like other people are listening to you. You can hear people's thoughts, but you're also unsure of whose thoughts they are, and you may also become awakened to higher thought forms of energy. You are now raising to the awareness of higher planes of existence beyond the earthly realm, right? As you awaken to 4D, 5D, and even 6D consciousness, right? The Knight of Pentacles urges you to seek support in the earthly realm, perhaps even guidance from a spiritual practitioner. Reach out to those in your community and those around you you can trust with your feelings. There's also a message here to journal out your thoughts and maybe share them as well with another. You can then gain a better understanding of when you're triggered, let's say, by the amounts of energies that you are experiencing, and perhaps come up with better ways to cope and figure out what other things, spiritual items, or practices that you can take with you throughout your day to calm the nervous system, to ground and get back into the body and out of the mind, which is where fear and anxiety do arise. Remember, as it is written, so shall it be. Journaling can also be really helpful in determining plans of action, right, that you want to take in building a strong foundation of which you can build and acquire more than what you already have. Carefully organized plans of action is encouraged by Goddess Ain, Knight of Pentacles. You can also use your emotions to guide yourself through life. As mentioned, the emotions never lie. Okay, they will always tell you the truth. This is another way that you can deepen into your intuition and reveal, right, an added layer of your experience to you. Next up, we have weakness, and it is probably of no shock that we pulled the devil, represented by the goddess Lilith, the dark goddess, right? It is in the devil that our unconsciousness is unveiled, and the devil can also be an archetype of the angel of death. The message that I immediately got from Goddess Lilith was to die to your attachments and allow yourself to unravel. Perhaps you find pleasure in your darkness, but to what end, right? How far is too far? How can we bring mindfulness to such an uncontrollable force? The power of divine feminine is to go where no man would ever dare tread, to turn misfortune into opportunity, to turn your deepest pain, the times in your life where you felt disempowered, neglected, cast aside, put down, mishandled, manipulated, discouraged, or dismissed, and decide anyway to use your weakness as your greatest strength. If you want to learn more about how to work with the dark goddess through the lens of astrology, I would highly recommend you check out the Black Moon Lilith video. And lastly, we have bounty. How can we deepen into the energy of our fullness, right? To be divine feminine is not to be one half of a whole, but to be complete in itself. The same is true for divine masculine energy. The feminine is a full cup which overflows. Guiding our journey through this energy is the Emperor, represented by Goddess Athena, of course, the Greek goddess of love and war. It is in this card that I received the message that you fight for honor with the goddess on your side and the power of 1,000 men, perhaps 1,000 ancestors. It is your right to be as you are, exactly as you are, in all of your flaws and your perfection. You are a godly being, right? This is a really powerful message for the feminine, and in men whose divine feminine energy is felt right through this card and is expressed as well through these energies. You too are able to tap into this. Know that what it is that you seek is valid, it is good, and that you are deserving, because so are you. There will be spiritual protection in every single battle that you face, and there will be plenty, but only so long as you remain faithful. It is clear who your enemies will be along your path, and the message here is also not to let your pride get the better of you, as your pride may end up being your Achilles heel, so to speak. Knowing how to pick your battles as well is emphasized in the Emperor, and through Goddess Athena, your greatest victory will be the experience you gain from being on the front lines, right? The knowledge that comes from having fought and won many battles over and over. Know that every once in a while that it is okay to have mercy, right? Upon your enemies, and of course, most of all, yourself. this will be your greatest bounty. Thank you so much for joining me in this amazing reading for the Divine Feminine and Divine Masculine, so that we may merge these energies together in greater totality for the highest harmony of all. Now you have a deeper understanding of what it is to be both feminine and divine, to embody higher aspects of this energy, to gain a deeper understanding of how to express the love that exists so purely and freely within your being, how to tap into your higher mind, right? To embody a larger force, to sink into the fullness of your spirit and become more confident in embracing these qualities and aspects of yourself. My hope is that you walk away from this video feeling more empowered. I would love to hear more about how these energies move in your own life. Of course, you can check out the Black Moon Lilith video, as well as my last channeled message for the Earth Angels of the world. I also have more videos about masculine and feminine energy on this channel, which will be linked in the description. For more readings, you can always visit the website or join the channel membership to support this channel and gain access to monthly energy readings for the collective. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I will see you next week for a brand new video.